They whisper when the stairs feel a little heavier than they used to. They whisper when you stand up and your thighs feel slow to answer. They whisper when you get tired faster than before, when your knees feel unsteady, when your calves seem to lose power before the rest of your body does. And too often, people ignore those whispers until the body starts shouting. But here is the important truth. Leg weakness is not always just getting older. Sometimes it is the result of underfed muscles, sluggish circulation, hidden inflammation, low mineral intake, poor recovery, and a body that is quietly asking for better fuel. The good news is that food can make a real difference. Not magic, not overnight miracles. Real support, real biology, real results when the right foods are used consistently. If your legs have been feeling weak, tired, heavy, cramp-prone, or slow to recover, today's message may be one of the most practical things you hear all year, because there are 6 foods, backed by the science of how muscles, blood vessels, and nerves work, that can help strengthen your legs from the inside out. These foods do not just fill the stomach. They support muscle repair, improve circulation, help with energy production, and give your body the raw materials it needs to stand stronger, walk farther, and move with more confidence. And before we go further, let me say something important. Sudden or severe leg weakness can sometimes be a sign of a medical problem that needs attention. If weakness comes on quickly, affects one side, is linked with numbness, severe pain, swelling, chest pain, shortness of breath, or trouble walking, that is not a food issue. That needs urgent medical care. But if what you are dealing with is gradual weakness, low endurance, or that slow fading of leg power many people feel over time, then nutrition may become one of your greatest tools. So let us talk about what your legs are really asking for. Your muscles are not just blocks of tissue. They are living, active, highly responsive machines. They need protein to rebuild. They need blood flow to bring oxygen and nutrients. They need minerals to contract properly. They need antioxidants to manage wear and tear. They need steady energy so they do not burn out. And when one or more of those systems falls behind, your legs feel it first. That is why the first food on this list matters so much. Eggs are one of the most complete foods for muscle support. They contain high-quality protein, and that matters because muscle is built from amino acids, the small building blocks your body uses to repair and maintain tissue. When people get older, they often need more dietary protein than they think, because muscle loss can creep in quietly. A breakfast with eggs gives the body a strong signal: repair, rebuild, recover. Eggs also bring other nutrients that support the nervous system and energy metabolism, including vitamin B12 and choline. B12 is especially important because low levels can contribute to weakness, fatigue, and poor nerve function. And nerves matter more than people realize. Your legs are only as strong as the signals your brain sends down to them. If the wiring is not working well, your legs can feel weak even when the muscles themselves are not completely worn down. Eggs are especially useful for people who struggle to eat enough protein early in the day. A weak body often becomes a tired body, and a tired body often becomes an underfed body. One simple meal can begin to change that pattern. Scrambled eggs, boiled eggs, an omelet with vegetables, eggs with avocado or tomatoes. All of these can become part of a leg strengthening routine because they help provide the building material your body needs. But eggs alone are not enough. That is why the second food is such a powerful partner. Salmon is one of the best foods for strong legs because it supports both muscle and circulation at the same time. It is rich in high-quality protein, which helps with muscle maintenance and repair, but it also contains omega-3 fatty acids, and those are important because they help reduce inflammation and support vascular health. Why does circulation matter so much for your legs? Because your leg muscles are large and demanding. They need constant oxygen and nutrient delivery. When blood flow is poor, the muscles may feel tired sooner, recover slower, and cramp more easily. Healthy blood vessels are like open highways. When the highways are clear, nutrients get where they need to go. When they are stiff or inflamed, the whole system becomes less efficient. Omega-3 fats may also support muscle function in older adults by helping the body respond better to protein and recovery. Salmon is not a cure for weakness, but it is an elegant example of how one food can support several systems at once. That is the kind of food I love talking about because the body does not work in isolated boxes. It is one connected network, and the best nutrition works with that network. If salmon is not part of your routine, other fatty fish can also help. But salmon remains one of the easiest and most effective choices for many people. A simple plate of salmon with vegetables can do more for your legs over time than 1,000 empty calories ever could. Now let us move to something that is often underestimated, even though it may be one of the most important foods for leg strength: beans and lentils. These humble foods are powerhouses. They provide plant protein, fiber, magnesium, potassium, iron, and slow-release energy. That combination matters because one reason legs feel weak is not just muscle loss, but poor energy availability. When blood sugar swings hard and meals are built from refined carbohydrates without enough protein or minerals, energy can crash, endurance drops, and the legs can feel heavy and unreliable. Beans and lentils help stabilize that. They feed the muscles slowly and steadily. They also support gut health, and gut health matters more than people assume because a healthier gut can improve nutrient absorption and overall inflammation balance. If the body is inflamed and undernourished at the same time, muscle weakness can become worse. Iron is especially important here. Low iron can contribute to fatigue and weakness because iron helps carry oxygen through the blood. If oxygen delivery is limited, muscles tire faster. Many people, especially women and older adults, do not realize that low iron may be part of the reason their legs feel weak or exhausted. Lentils and beans are not the only iron sources, but they are excellent everyday foods that can help support healthier levels, especially when paired with vitamin C-rich foods that improve absorption. Think of beans and lentils as endurance foods. They do not just feed the moment, they feed the next hour, the next walk, the next climb up the stairs, the next chance to move with strength. Now comes a food group that is especially important for circulation, and therefore especially important for your legs: leafy greens. Spinach, kale, arugula, Swiss chard, and similar greens are rich in nitrates, magnesium, potassium, vitamin K, folate, and antioxidants. That is a remarkable combination for vascular support. Nitrates from leafy greens can help the body produce nitric oxide, a molecule that helps blood vessels relax and widen. When vessels are more flexible and open, blood can flow more easily. Better blood flow means better oxygen delivery. Better oxygen delivery means better muscle performance. That is why leafy greens can be so valuable for people whose legs feel tired, tight, or sluggish. They help support the pipeline, not just the engine. Magnesium matters too. Many people do not get enough magnesium, and magnesium is involved in muscle contraction, relaxation, and energy production. A magnesium deficiency can contribute to cramps, fatigue, and reduced performance. Potassium also helps with fluid balance and muscle function. When you combine all of those nutrients in one food group, you begin to understand why leafy greens have earned their place at the center of so many healthy eating patterns. And the beauty of greens is that they do not need to be complicated. Add spinach to eggs, put kale into soup, toss arugula into a sandwich, blend greens into a smoothie, use Swiss chard with garlic and olive oil. The more often you make them part of your day, the more your body gets access to the minerals and plant compounds that help legs stay resilient. Now let us talk about a food that may surprise some people because it is so simple, so common, and yet so powerful: Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is a rich source of protein, and protein is not optional when it comes to muscle support. It is essential. Muscles are constantly being broken down and rebuilt, especially when we walk, climb, exercise, or even just live daily life. If you do not give the body enough protein, it becomes harder to preserve muscle mass. Over time, that can translate into weakness, instability, and slower movement. Greek yogurt is also useful because it provides calcium, and calcium plays a direct role in muscle contraction. Every time a muscle fibers contracts, calcium is involved in that process. When calcium intake is low, muscle performance can suffer. Greek yogurt can help fill that gap in a practical, convenient way. For many people, this food becomes especially valuable as a snack or as part of breakfast. It pairs well with berries, nuts, seeds, or even a spoon of chia seeds. That makes it more than just a protein source. It becomes a small recovery meal. And that word recovery is important. Strong legs are not built only during exercise. They are built during recovery. When you sleep, when you rest, when you eat, when your body repairs tiny bits of wear and tear, that is when strength is quietly restored. Greek yogurt supports that process because it is easy to digest, high in quality protein, and simple to include in daily life. Now, one of the most underestimated foods for leg strength is not a supplement. It is not a trend. It is not some expensive product with a flashy label. It is one of the oldest foods humans have used for strength: sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes provide complex carbohydrates, potassium, vitamin C, and a range of protective plant compounds. Why do carbohydrates matter here? Because your legs are large muscles, and large muscles need energy. Many people, especially those trying to eat too clean or too low carb without guidance, end up feeling weak because the muscles simply are not getting enough usable fuel. Sweet potatoes provide that fuel in a steadier way than refined sugar or ultra-processed snacks. They help refill muscle energy stores, which matters if you want your legs to feel stronger during walking, exercise, or daily activity. Potassium is also important because it supports normal muscle contraction and fluid balance. When potassium levels are off, muscles may cramp or fatigue more easily. Sweet potatoes also contain antioxidants, which help your body deal with oxidative stress. Think of oxidative stress as one of the forms of wear and tear that happens when the body is under pressure. Foods rich in color, especially orange and purple foods, often come with protective compounds that help the body recover better. If your legs have been feeling weak, underpowered, or tired too quickly, sometimes the issue is not just not enough exercise. Sometimes the issue is that your muscles are underfueled. Sweet potatoes can help solve that problem in a simple, nourishing way. They are especially helpful when paired with protein, like eggs, yogurt, fish, or beans, because strength is built by combining energy with repair materials. And now we come to the sixth food, which may be one of the most important of all for overall strength, circulation, and recovery. Nuts and seeds, almonds, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, sunflower seeds, and others all bring different benefits to the table. They contain healthy fats, protein, magnesium, vitamin E, and other nutrients that help support muscle and vascular health. Magnesium in particular deserves attention again because it is involved in muscle function and energy production. Pumpkin seeds are especially impressive because they can provide magnesium, zinc, iron, and healthy fats. Walnuts bring plant-based omega-3 fats. Chia and flax seeds offer fiber and fatty acids that support a healthier inflammatory environment. Almonds and sunflower seeds offer vitamin E, which helps protect cells from oxidative stress. Why does that matter for your legs? Because muscle health is not only about building, it is also about protecting. The more efficiently your cells can recover from daily strain, the more resilient your legs become. Nuts and seeds are also helpful because they are easy to add to meals without much effort. Sprinkle them on yogurt, add them to oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, use them in salads, carry a small handful as a snack. Sometimes the difference between weak and stronger legs is not some dramatic transformation. It is the accumulation of small, smart choices that steadily raise the nutritional quality of your day. And now, let us step back and connect the dots. If your legs are weak, your body may be missing one or more of the following: high-quality protein, circulation support, minerals like magnesium and potassium, energy from complex carbohydrates, iron for oxygen delivery, or anti-inflammatory nutrients that help you recover. That is why the best foods for stronger legs are not random. They fit the actual biology of strength. Eggs help build. Salmon helps build and circulate. Beans and lentils help sustain and stabilize. Leafy greens help open the pathway. Greek yogurt helps repair. Sweet potatoes help fuel. Nuts and seeds help protect and support. But food is only part of the picture. The body is designed to respond to use. That means if you want stronger legs, you have to move them, even a little. Walking matters. Standing up more often matters. Gentle resistance exercise matters. Squats to your chair matter. Calf raises matter. Short walks after meals matter. Movement tells the body these muscles are needed. Keep them alive. And then there is hydration. Muscles are sensitive to fluid status. If you are dehydrated, cramps and fatigue can feel worse. Water alone is good, but electrolytes from foods matter too. That is another reason bananas, leafy greens, beans, yogurt, and potatoes can help. They are not just food, they are part of the internal environment your muscles live in. Sleep matters too. Recovery is not a luxury, it is where strength is rebuilt. If you eat well but sleep badly, your body cannot fully use the nutrients you give it. And stress matters as well, because chronic stress can raise inflammation, disturb appetite, and push people toward poor food choices that weaken the body over time. So when we say eat these foods to strengthen your legs fast, the truth is a little deeper than speed. The body can begin to respond quickly, yes, especially when you fix a deficiency or improve a poor eating pattern. But real strength is built through consistency. The right foods, repeated enough times, become a signal to the body that says, repair this muscle, protect this vessel, fuel this nerve, restore this person. That is where the transformation happens. I also want to speak to older adults for a moment because leg weakness is one of the most common problems that silently changes the course of life. It can make people less active. Less active means more muscle loss. More muscle loss means more instability. More instability means greater risk of falls. And once a person begins to fall behind on mobility, everything else can change with it. This is why strong legs are not just about looking fit. They are about independence. They are about confidence. They are about being able to get up, move, travel, play, and live without constantly fearing the body will give out. And in that sense, the foods we are talking about today are not just nutrients, they are tools for freedom. Now let us make this practical. Imagine a day built for leg strength. In the morning, eggs with spinach and a little olive oil. At midday, a bowl of lentils with vegetables. In the afternoon, Greek yogurt with walnuts or chia seeds. At dinner, salmon with sweet potato and leafy greens. Across the day, water and movement. That is not extreme. That is not expensive for most people. That is simply a body being given the building blocks it needs. And that is the message I want you to remember. Weak legs do not always mean your body is broken. Sometimes they mean your body is hungry for the right kind of support. They may be hungry for protein, hungry for minerals, hungry for circulation support, hungry for repair, hungry for fuel. Give the body what it needs, and the body often answers. Not instantly, not magically, but meaningfully. The stairs may begin to feel a little easier. The morning stiffness may begin to soften. The tired heaviness may begin to fade. The walk that used to feel too long may begin to feel possible again. And that is how change starts. Not with a giant leap, but with a better choice repeated again and again. So do not wait for weakness to become your normal. Start feeding your legs today. Start with eggs, start with salmon, start with beans and lentils, start with leafy greens, start with Greek yogurt, start with sweet potatoes, start with nuts and seeds. These are not just foods, they are instructions to your body, instructions to rebuild, re-energize, and recover, because your legs were made to carry you through life. And with the right fuel, they can become stronger, steadier, and more reliable than they have been in a long time.